What's up everybody, it's Gone Turbo here. This is Skyrim Special Edition on Xbox One. And in today's video, I wanted to share with you my June 2019 load order display settings. It is now July 2019, and one of the things that is important to the load orders that I create and just my gameplay style is some different display settings that, in my opinion, really make or break the way the game looks. And I don't really go over those too much in depth when I make a load order video, or unless I'm doing a review of a specific mod that might involve display settings. In this video, I just wanted to go through all of my display settings that I use and how I set them all up for this load order. So I've used alternate start to start the game. So here I am camping in the woods, and just a couple things that I just want to do to orient myself here. Let's come up here a little bit. So I've noticed that I don't have my heads-up display on, which I'm going to need. So, all right. So of course a few things are going to pop up because I just started a new game here. Some different things probably. But I wanted to jump right into some different settings. So first and foremost, I am using Obsidian Weathers and Seasons. And first of all, you're going to want to go down to your powers and find options, Obsidian Weathers, and open this up. I turn the season FX to on. And weaker sunlight, I do use 100%. Now I know everyone's displays are different monitors, TVs, or whatever. I find Obsidian Weathers to be pretty bright overall as a mod, and this weaker sunlight was added, I don't know, not too many months ago, but it really changed the game for me to use it. So I use 100% weaker sunlight. Another thing that I do with these particular settings is in System, under Display, I used the brightness setting, particularly for Obsidian. I bring the cursor to center and I click over 2 times. That to me helps with the brightness and a bit of the contrast in this game with this setup. Some other important settings that I use. So in books, I have toggle bloom and toggle eye adaptation. This is a specific mod that's called toggle eye adaptation and bloom. I toggle bloom to disabled. So you just open up this piece of paper and you'll see in the upper left corner disabled. And then toggle eye adaptation I want enabled. And what toggle eye adaptation does is when you transition from dark areas to lighter areas, or darkness to light, you'll get a bit of a transition, so your dark areas aren't as dark. And I find that with it disabled, the dark areas can almost wash out some of those dark areas to kind of this ugly black color. So that's what I use for that. Okay, most important in my opinion, display enhancements. This is another singular mod that when opening this up, you're going to get a series of options to really mess around the way your game looks. First thing you're going to want to do is go to Options and enable RGB, red, green, blue. Basically what I do, I increase tint one time, red tint one time. For Obsidian Weathers and Seasons, I increase saturation twice. And I increase contrast one time, sometimes 2, but I find with some brighter daytime weathers, twice doesn't look so great. So just once for contrast. I don't mess around with high dynamic range options. I've tested these before. Some don't seem to do much of anything that I notice. Others do. I mean, you could probably mess around with some bloom if you'd like a little bit more of a dreamy effect. That's what bloom does. Sunlight scale and sky scale will change some of the sky, look to the sky. I think it's sky scale that can make your sky more or less blue. Don't quote me on that. But I don't touch any of these in the high dynamic range setting. I believe that's it. That's what I use for my display settings with this what was June load order. And the last thing I want to mention is, again, in your game settings, your brightness, mess with this first before you start messing with contrast. Adjust brightness for any kind of weather or lighting mod that you have to see what it looks like before you go messing with display enhancements, brightness, and contrast. That's just my suggestion. So for more of what this load order looks like and more of what this display looks like, head to my June 2019 load order video and check out some of the video on that. So, alright guys, this has been Gone Turbo. I'll talk to you again soon.